Okay, guys. Welcome. Okay, welcome. First of all, welcome. This is part three of our popular series. Capitalism is the future of South Africa, or the future of South Africa is capitalism. This is part three. Okay, welcome to part three. Officially, I welcome you guys. And welcome to South Africa Will Succeed as well. I know a lot of you guys are new here, so welcome to South Africa Will Succeed. Your life will never be the same. Okay, your life will never be the same. Your life will never be the same. I've been doing this since 2017. Your life will never be the same. We talk about South Africa, the real South Africa. We don't talk about any of this nonsense. We talk about the real South Africa. We don't talk about any of these ANC policies and DA and EFF and Mkondo Wesizwe Party and Marxism and thisism and thatism. We talk about South Africa, the country. South Africa, the land. South Africa, the natural resources. South Africa, the country, the land mass that our ancestors fought for. This is our home. South Africa is way bigger than the ANC and way bigger than the DA. There was a South Africa before all of this. Our ancestors were here in the 1100s, in the 10th century, 13th century. Our ancestors were here. The Bantu people were here. Okay. So when we talk about South Africa, that's what we talk about. Our ancestors were mining and farming back then. Okay, but we're going to talk about it. Don't worry. We're going to talk about it. We're having, guys, if you please, before we continue, please watch the last two episodes. Please watch episode 1 and episode 2, please. Okay, please. Now, before I play these videos, I do have to tell you the following video is specifically for educational purposes only. This is specifically for educational purposes only, okay? This is specifically for educational purposes only. I'm educating you guys about South Africa, the country. Also, the Citizens app is coming. Here it is. The Citizens app, guys. The Citizens app is coming, okay? The Citizens app is coming. On the app, we have jobs for you. If you guys want to join our military, you can, okay? Or if you want to join our whistleblower program, you can. A lot of people are coming to me on Facebook. A lot of people, we've been talking about this for such a long time on my Facebook. It's here. The Citizens app is here. Okay, you don't have to DM me on Facebook or send me a message on Facebook and all of those things. It's here. Guys, I am officially banned. My accounts are disabled on X, Twitter, and Instagram. Instagram has disabled my account early last year. Okay? Please, guys, understand that you cannot find me on any. I'm only now on here on YouTube. Okay, so this is why we are developing our app. I'm banned on every American platform. Okay. All right. We are gonna talk today. We are gonna talk about the economy that we are gonna build after 2029, when the ANC is gone and the DA is gone. These are the conversations that we need to be having right now. What are we building beyond the ANC and the DA? What are we building? We are talking about South Africa's economy. All of this is unnecessary, guys. Look at this. All of this is unnecessary. Oh, this breaks my heart, man.
Yo guys, ganun begin. Begin. Again. Kaban guys. Lapho bafuna abantu abayi-30. Yo, unemployment kayithaba shem. Yes.
We're looking at basically individuals and including the ANC regional treasurer, we believe, as well, who's scored millions of rand in water tanker contracts. And this is in Tshwane, right?
Yeah.
This is in Tshwane, even though they don't own any tankers. How is that possible?
Yeah. Actually, it's a classic case, of how political connection can get you lots and lots of money, can get you millions, of deals, with making, doing business with government. Essentially, the two people who are involved in that, the one is the chairperson in Tshwane, the ANC chairperson in Tshwane, who also is the deputy mayor, and then the other person is a treasurer, the ANC treasurer in Tshwane as well. And between them, in the last 2 years, they scored more than 30 million rand in contracts, water tanker contracts. Essentially, they don't invent anything. They don't, bring in anything that it's to cut water from point A to point B. Now, the curious thing with that is that actually they do not own water tankers themselves. So essentially, what you're dealing here are middlemen who don't produce anything, who don't add anything to the economy. They don't add anything to the economy. They're not productive, really. So they just stand in the middle as middlemen to facilitate the transportation of water.
We're looking at basically individuals and including...
We're on our way to the municipality's pound in Kariga, and we've been through at least 20 robots. One after the other is not working. And apparently it's been this way for years. We're on our way to the municipality's pound in Kariga, and we've been through at least 20 robots. One after the other is not working. And apparently it's been this way for years.
We also need to ask ourselves, why do so many people live in abject poverty and so few live lives of opulence? Why, after decades of democracy, are the prospects of a white child so much better than those of a black child? We need to ask ourselves that. We also need to ask ourselves, why do women get paid less than men for the same work? That's what we need to ask ourselves. Now, we also must go deeper and ask ourselves, why, when we have a Bill of Rights in our Constitution, are the LGBTQI plus people still discriminated against? Why are they still stigmatized and harassed? Why do clinics run out of medicine? Are questions that we must ask ourselves. And why do taps run dry? These are some of the questions that we must be willing to ask and which we must be prepared to find answers for. But more than that, my fellow South Africans, these are the challenges that we must be ready to do something about. As individuals, as organizations, as communities, as parents, as elected representatives, and as public officials. We also...
That is your president, guys. That is your president setting the agenda for the national dialogue.
Okay. All right. Okay. In the previous episodes, guys, I told you, and this is episode number 1 and episode number 2. Remember, I told you this is episode number 3. Okay. In the previous episodes, I told you that South Africa is nothing but a giant mine. South Africa is a giant mine. That is all it is. Anybody that does not understand this will never understand South Africa. You are not fit to lead South Africa if you don't understand this basic biological, or sorry, not biological, but geographical fact. This basic geographical fact. This basic geographical fact. Basic geographical fact. South Africa is a giant mine. That's just the first thing. The second thing is there are plenty of unmined and undiscovered minerals beneath our land. That is a fact. I think they discovered it in the Western Cape, because a lot of people told me, have you seen did you see all those guys that were digging in Cape Town, all those guys that were digging in Cape Town? People were telling me all these things on my WhatsApp. Yeah, they are digging in Cape Town. This was, I think, 2 months back. If you guys remember, 2 months back, they found gold in Cape Town. And I said, you people, I've been saying this since 2017 and you people still don't hear me. I've been saying this since 2017. There is gold in the Western Cape. There is gold in the Eastern Cape. I've been saying this for such a long time. It's proven, guys. Just because the ANC refuses to dig, or you refuse to dig, the Zamazamas are digging, and the Zamazamas have been here since 2008. Okay? The Zamazamas have been here since 2008, digging everywhere and finding something. So the people of Cape Town, in the farm in Cape Town, they started digging, and somebody found gold. Okay? Remember, we were the first ones to tell you all of this. And the reason why nobody wants to tell you this is because you are being kept poor. Listen to me, South Africa. I'm going to say this one more time. If you are born in South Africa, you are born on top of a mine. That is a fact. Okay? That is a fact. That is a fact of a fact of a fact that nobody can dispute. Nobody. I've been around this country. I've said this 1,000 times. A lot of people have tried to argue with me. Okay? A lot of people have tried to argue. A lot of people have tried to put arguments. A lot of people have asked me stupid questions. I've been asked from 2017 until today, even in the comments. Read the comments, guys. Read the comments. I've been asked so many stupid questions. They can't prove me wrong. So now they call me xenophobic and call me... this one guy said in the comments that I'm starting a tribal war simply by saying that if I was the president of South Africa, I would run every city like it's its own country. Every city needs to be run like a country in South Africa because every city has natural resources. My point is, the smallest cities in South Africa need to have an economy of their own. So if you look at Cape Town, for instance, I'm using Cape Town as an example because we all know Cape Town. I don't want to use a city that you guys have never heard of, somewhere in Limpopo or somewhere in the Free State or somewhere in the Northern Cape. Okay. So we are going to use Cape Town as an example, a city that we all know because Cape Town is a very popular city. In Cape Town, you have white South Africans, you have black South Africans, you have colored South Africans. Okay. And then you have a lot of European foreigners in Cape Town. So if we are going to build an economy, we are going to have to build an economy specifically that benefits the colored South Africans, the black South Africans, and the white South Africans. We need to build an economy for colored people. We need to build an economy for Xhosa people. We need to build an economy for the white South Africans that are in Cape Town. Okay. Now, here's why I'm saying this. Here's why. If gold is found in the colored community, that gold is supposed to benefit the colored people. All of that mineral wealth is supposed to benefit the colored people. Okay. If lithium or chromium or platinum is found in the black communities, then we are going to build a black economy around those mines. Do you guys understand me when I say this? Do you guys understand? We are going to have to build South Africa like this. The future of South Africa's economy is this. Gone are the days where you find gold in a colored community and then you tell those people to go somewhere else, to move away, like they are doing right now in Gauteng, Witwatersrand, and all these places. I'm going to show you these mines right here. I'm going to play you a few videos of these mines. The people of Gauteng are not benefiting from the mines that are right next to them in their communities. They have no benefit. They're not benefiting in any kind of a way. No jobs, no supporting businesses. They're not even asked to provide catering. Their security companies are not hired to protect that area. They are not. I mean, it's a mess. The way listen to me, South Africa, listen to me, listen. I want each and every one of you to listen to me right now. The way South Africa's economy is structured, it is purely for exploitation. Okay. The way South Africa's economy is structured, it is specifically for exploitation. It's not for partnership and trade. It has nothing to do with partnership and trade and all of those things. It is specifically for exploitation. South Africa's economy, especially the mining sector, in fact, every sector, engineering, every sector, civil works, building the roads, every sector, it is specifically for exploitation. Specifically. Because we can build an economy that is people-centric. We can build an economy that is centered around the citizens of South Africa. This is why China, listen to me, listen. This is why China is called the People's Republic of China. This is why countries like China and Russia grow so much in such a short space of time, and everybody's making money and everybody has a job. People are making money and life is affordable. This is why. Their economy is structured around the people. The natural resources are there. The manufacturing industry is there. The retail industry is definitely there, right? They're manufacturing all kinds of things. Automotive industry, they're making cars. They make everything in China. And this is because their economy is centered around the people. Their business model is very simple. They produce things and they sell them to other countries. I mean, it's very simple. It's the simplest business model, simplest economic model. China's economy or their economic model is really not complicated. The reason why other countries can't do it, listen to me, South Africa, I want each and every one of you to listen to me. The reason why other countries can't do that is because you have people like the ANC and the DA and the EFF, complete clowns in power. That's the first point. The second point is, you, apart from having clowns in power, you have thugs in power. In Africa, Africa is ran by thugs. Point blank period. From South Africa all the way to Egypt. That is a fact. That is a fact of a fact of a fact. Okay. So the majority of our problems is that, yes, there's Western influences and and European influences, and France is trying to, assassinate Ibrahim Traore, and all these people are trying to, all these people are trying to do their things. Everybody's trying to have their own influence on Africa's natural resources. But in essence, what's happening here is that African countries are run by thugs who do nothing but assassinate people and steal money and have sex. That is all they do. Look at the Matlanga Commission right now. It's like OnlyFans. Look at the Matlanga. Look at all these prostitutes that are running the SAPS, that are running our state-owned enterprises. Look at the Matlanga. Today. Go watch the Matlanga Commission. You will hear all the sexcapades in there. All the sexcapades in there. Oh, this person is sleeping with that person, and this person had sex with this person, and Kat Matlala was sleeping with all of them. Kat Matlala was sleeping with all of these old prostitutes that are running the SAPS. Okay? The other one said, "Oh, he gave me 300,000 for my car, and gave the other one 300,000, and the other one got 30,000 for a BBL, right?" It's a mess. Okay. And these are the people that are in charge of our state-owned enterprises. These are not normal people who are just running their own businesses. These are the people who are in charge of state-owned enterprises. SAPS, Eskom, Transnet, etc. The mayor's office in your local city, the mayor, the premier's office in your province. It's a mess. The universities, NSFAS. Okay. Rest in peace, by the way. Rest in peace to all the whistleblowers. Rest in peace to DJ Waras. Rest in peace to DJ Somebody. Rest in peace to our brothers who passed away, who got assassinated. Got assassinated fighting for South Africa. Okay. We need to be we need to actually build an economy. Not to have these laws, these communist laws. Because these laws are communist. Let's just tell the truth, okay? Let's just tell the truth. These laws are communist. And then somebody may argue with me. One of the guys that we work with was saying, "Oh no, this is socialist." Right? So, "Oh no, this is socialist. This is not complete communist. This is socialist." And I said, okay, whatever. It's like whatever. They keep coming up with these words. "Oh, it's not communist, it's feminist." That's the communism. All of these things come from it's communism. In terms of running a country, you have laws that only talk about taking and taking and taking and taking. South Africa doesn't have any laws that actually talk about building and building and building and building and manufacturing and manufacturing and manufacturing. We don't have those kind of laws. And I say this every day. These political parties are social justice groups. They are not actually political parties. These people are not politicians. They're not politicians at all. You can't say you're a politician, but you can't have an economic conversation, Julius Malem. What is economical about the economic freedom fighters? Name one thing. Name one thing that is economical about the economic freedom fighters. I'll give you 1,000 rand right now. I will e-wallet you 1,000 rand right today, right now. In the comments, if you're listening to this, please name one thing that is economical about the economic freedom fighters, and I will send you 1,000 rand right now. One thing, one. Not five. One thing that is actually economical about the economic freedom fighters, the EFF. One. Because the only thing they talk about is land this and land that, and they talk about open borders. That is the only thing they've been talking about for the past 12 years. That is the only thing they've been talking about for the past 12 years. Land, and then let's open borders. That is the only thing they've been saying for 12 years. So this is the quality of person who call themselves a revolutionary, and they are not. There is absolutely nothing revolutionary about Julius Malem, by the way. There is nothing revolutionary about Julius Malema. There's nothing revolutionary about the ANC and the DA at all. They don't want to change anything. They just want to take. That's not revolution. Taking is not a revolution. A revolution is a complete reform. Okay. The fact that people don't even know the definitions in South Africa is weird. You have all this internet, right? You have all this internet. You have slay queens. You are wasting your Instagram looking at slay queens and Mac G's podcast. But you're not actually listening to what these people are saying. For instance, this SONA thing, all these SONA speeches and these State of the Nation address speeches and the budget speeches, these speeches are a joke, by the way. They are a joke. They are a joke. Okay. There is nothing revolutionary about any of these people. These people are celebrities. They are not leaders. What kind of a leader are you if you can't solve not one problem? South Africa has 3 big problems. 3. And remember, as South Africa will succeed, we said this in 2017, okay? The first time I said this was in 2017. All the way until today, people are now beginning to wake up and see what I was talking about. I said South Africa has 3 main problems. I published it on my Facebook. Back then, I think I only had 100 and something, or 200. I think 200. Today, I think I have 5,000 or something like that. Today, today I have a lot. But back then, it was about 200 and something people. Each and every one of them disagreed with me. I said South Africa has 3 problems. Number 1, we have an economic problem that we need to fix. We have an economy that our economy is asleep. Our economy is in prison. Okay? So we need complete economic reform in South Africa. That's just the first point. The second point is corruption in government. We need to fix this place. We need to fix this government. We need to reform the entire government. We need to arrest all these people. We need to build new prisons. Our government is run by prostitutes. Okay. Our government is run by prostitutes and thugs, right? People who are buying qualifications, faking qualifications. Everybody in the Madlanga Commission has a fake qualification. And we exposed the University of Fort Hare. When? When did we expose the University of Fort Hare, guys? Can somebody tell me, please, the first time we exposed the University of Fort Hare for selling qualifications? When was this? In 2019 was the first time on Facebook. Selling qualifications. UNISA, selling qualifications. And then the other ones are faking qualifications. So you can, in South Africa, listen to me, guys, listen to me, listen. In South Africa, you can have a fake degree. In South Africa, you can have a fake master's thing. In South Africa, you can have a fake BTech, MTech, PhD, a fraudulent certificate in South Africa for 5,000 Rand. And one day I will actually do a video of me buying one. One day I'll go undercover and buy one. Okay? I'll buy one day and show you guys. Right? But my point is, I said this back then. We need an entire administrative and legislative reform completely. We need to reform this government completely. And then number 3, we need to finally deal with illegal foreigners in South Africa. We need to have a separate department that does this. You see, in the US, there's ICE, I think, ICE, right? In the US, there's ICE. In South Africa, we need that. We need a completely separate department that specifically deals with this, the illegal foreigners. Okay, capturing illegal foreigners, hunting them down. Okay, we need to hunt them down, right? Illegal foreigners need to be hunted down, and then we deport them, just like the Constitution of South Africa says. You can Google it. I've done this. I've done episodes on the Constitution of South Africa. I have an entire series on the Constitution of South Africa. We've spoken about this before. The Constitution of South Africa specifically says illegal foreigners must be captured and deported. And then it says we must, observe protocol and human rights and all of those things. Meaning, when you capture them, don't molest them. Don't do anything bad to them. Okay. And then on the issue of illegal foreigners, we need to do something about this border. We need to build a strong border in South Africa. We need to build a strong border around this country, all around South Africa. Guys, if we could do this, do you have any idea of how many jobs just this alone, fixing South Africa, will create at least 20 million jobs? Do you guys understand? Fixing this place will create at least 20 million jobs. Okay? There are so many jobs to be created here, guys. 20 million jobs. Right? Listen to me, South Africa. Listen to me. Listen to me. There is only one successful way to run South Africa. There is only one successful way to run this country. We have a lot of political parties who claim to be better than the other. We have Action SA. We have all these parties that claim to be better than the other party based on administrative things. Okay, they claim they can run the government better than the ANC. That's the only argument. Their only argument is we can run the government better, right? That's their only argument. All of them, Floyd Shibambu, all of them. Nobody's actually saying anything real. Now, don't get me wrong. This is why I don't guys. This is why I don't disagree with these guys. I don't disagree with Floyd. I don't disagree with Action SA. I'm not going to go back and forth with them. I'm not going to have a debate, patriotic alliance and going debates and all these things. And this is simply because, to me, they are not relevant. I've been doing this since 2017. Herman Mashaba and Musi Maimane were busy running around with Helen Zille back then, if you guys remember, 2017. I told you in 2017, if we don't address this issue, all of you will be in poverty. And today, look at where we are. Our people are living in almost 70% of poverty. Inflation, we have a weak currency. Everything is expensive. Okay, Ramaphosa is borrowing money every day. There's a water crisis, and this water crisis will be national. Remember what I told you last year. I've already told you guys this last year. We've had these conversations last year, guys. We've had these conversations last year. This water crisis is going to be a national issue. Okay? Okay, guys, listen. I'm out of time. Okay, so this is the last 5 minutes. Last 5 minutes, guys. I have to go. Last 5 minutes. Okay, last 5 minutes. Now, there's a mineral that I want us to focus on today, and the reason why I want us to focus on this mineral is because this mineral is the demand for this mineral is very, very high. Manganese is right here. South Africa is the largest producer of a mineral that is so in demand. So in demand. Now, when you look at Google, Google will say there's a mine in the Northern Cape. So the Northern Cape, the biggest manganese mine is in the Northern Cape, right? But the thing is, that's not the only place manganese is. Manganese is all over South Africa. Manganese is all over this place, guys. Especially in the northern parts, especially in those parts, in the northern parts of South Africa. It's just that our government is not investing in the mining industry. Our government is busy trying to sell our natural resources to other countries. So their job, the ANC's business model is just exploitation, is to sell a mine to somebody else. Other people come to our country. China comes here, they mine, they take our stuff, and they leave. That's the economy the ANC has built. And that's the only economy they can build. The DA does the same thing. The DA can't run South Africa, guys. The DA can't run South Africa. All they do is to privatize everything. Look at Home Affairs today. Look at all the privatization they are doing at Home Affairs today. Look, literally. We now have to go to the bank. Our little kids, our teenagers have to go to the bank to get an ID card. I mean, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Getting an ID card from a private company, that's all these Capital Bank, Standard Bank, these banks are scamming us as is. Capital Bank is the biggest scam in South Africa. Everybody knows that. I mean, who doesn't know that Capital Bank is a scam at this point? People's money is disappearing. They're blocking people's accounts, right? And the DA who's running now the DA, they are running Home Affairs, right? All they did is just privatize everything. That's their business model. That's how they run things. Privatize everything. And then they tell you, oh, the DA is governing better. The DA is governing better. We just privatize everything. We govern better. We govern better. Everywhere the DA goes, black people become poor instantly. They are literally destroying Home Affairs as we speak. I think they said 3,000 Home Affairs people will be unemployed. They said 3,000 Home Affairs people that were marching. I think it was yesterday. Was it last week? When the Home Affairs people were marching and making videos all over Facebook. Right? Was it last week? These people have destroyed the post office and now they're destroying Home Affairs. Okay? Transnet. Right? These are the same people who will go on podcasts and tell you how great they are. And the thing is, here's why I always laugh at these guys. Here's why. I'm laughing because it's like, think of it the way I see it. Please, guys, please. Okay? See it the way I see it. I'm seeing a rapist go on a podcast talking about how good they are. This is why I always laugh at Helen Zille and anybody from the DA, anybody from the ANC, anybody. I always laugh. All these guys who are in power today, I'm always laughing every time they give themselves compliments. I'm like, it's literally like somebody who's raped an entire country talking about how great they are, right? So somebody who's destroyed an entire country going on a podcast talking about, oh well, I'm at least I'm not, I've done well. right? These people are clowns. Okay. South Africa does not work. South Africa is not a country that works. Now, manganese mine, going back 5 minutes, I said 5 minutes. Manganese mine, manganese ore, and these manganese mines are found in the Northern Cape today. But guys, we can literally open up this industry. We can literally open up this manganese mining, and we can open up this industry. If the government, we need at least the government to put in 100 billion rand towards mining all of this. And this is just a round number, guys. This is not a factual. I'm not saying 100 billion as a matter of fact. I'm not saying that. This is just an estimate. If we are gonna build and mine all of these things in the northern parts of South Africa, okay? In the northern parts of South Africa, right here, in the northern parts of South Africa. Look at this, in the northern parts of South Africa, okay? If we are gonna mine all of this, we're gonna need the government to give at least 100 billion rand towards this. Now, here's why. Listen to me. And this is an investment. This is what a lot of you guys don't understand. When you guys hear me saying that, hey, the government needs to put this much money in this, you guys think the government is throwing that money away. No. This is an investment. This is literally an investment. All productive companies right now around the world, in the US, in China, all productive companies around the world need manganese. Elon Musk needs manganese. Okay, to make EV vehicles, to make his steel, to make his aluminum, to make his EV batteries, all of this, they need it. Point blank period. They need it. And South Africa has it in abundance. So this is why I always ask you guys, South Africans, you should not be poor at all. There is no reason for our people to be poor at all. There's no reason for South Africa to be poor at all, guys. You have so much wealth. Do you guys understand that manganese makes medicine as well? This element that I'm talking about, this chemical that's found underneath your soil, it makes medicine. We can produce manganese medicines here in South Africa, just like our ancestors were doing. Our ancestors were mining all of this. Okay? Our ancestors were mining all of this. Where do you think, guys, honestly, South Africa, honestly, where do you think those spears came from? Oh, you guys are not ready to have this conversation. You guys are not ready. South Africa, you're not ready to talk to me. I should charge you to talk to me. Seriously, you guys should pay for this information. Seriously. I'm serious. You guys should be paying for this information. You guys should be paying for this information. It's just that the issue is that I love my people so much. I love my country so much. I love South Africa so much. I love it because I know what we can build. As soon as we can get rid of the ANC and the DA, I know what we can build. That is the issue. That's the issue. The issue is that. The issue is I know what we can do. I know what we can build. Nothing is stopping us from being a country that is so developed. You see Dubai? Nothing is stopping us from being like Dubai and China in terms of development and beauty. Especially with our natural beauty and our beautiful oceans and rivers and mountains and all of those things. We can really build something in this country. Province by province, city by city. And South Africa will succeed. In our organization, we've been saying that for such a long time. Each city can be super developed. Even the city that you guys have never heard of, guys. Cities that you guys have never heard of. In KZN, in the Eastern Cape, in the Western Cape, in Limpopo, there are small dry cities that you guys have never heard of. There is so much wealth beneath that soil. so much minerals to make medicine. Okay, the Bantu people, look right here, and I showed you guys this. I think last week I showed you guys the Bantu people were mining long ago, way before Europeans, 300,000 years before Europeans ever landed in Africa. We were mining and smelting and trading. This is why we always had spears. Where do you think that iron to make that spear comes from? Where do you think that steel and those irons to make the spears come from, guys? To hunt animals, all of this. Where do you think all of that came from? Where do you think all of that came from? We were trading. You guys are still not hearing me. We were trading for centuries. I want everybody to listen to me right now. I want everybody to listen to me right now. We were trading for centuries. We were not trading for 1 century or 2 centuries or 3 centuries. We were trading for centuries. We were trading gold and iron and spears and everything else that you can smelt for centuries. So my point is this. Here's my point. South Africa, listen to me. Here's my point. If your ancestors were mining and farming and trading and manufacturing all these spears, all these sharp metal iron objects in the 13th century, it explains why there was so much wealth and farming and just general wealth in Africa, specifically in South Africa. The Bantus were mining back then. This is why your grandfather had 7 wives. Your grandfather had 13 wives. Okay? You can't afford what today. Today, you can't afford 1 wife. Today. You can't afford 1 wife today. Our ancestors had 13. Okay. Look, the Bantus were doing all of this. I've just turned another page, guys. Look at your screens right now. I've just turned spears. Our weapons were made from the iron, the strong iron. Guys, all of this, look, in KZN, they are saying specialized areas in KZN, look, in Nkandla forest area where renowned working surface iron ore deposits in KZN, iron ore in KZN. People of KZN, why are you, it's right here. Google is telling you that beneath your soil, you have iron ore. Beneath your soil, there's so much wealth. There's so much wealth beneath your soil, guys. People of KZN, why are you still unemployed? Why are you still poor? You are literally, you have so much wealth beneath your feet. Guys, look at this. This is where the manganese that we are talking about. Our ancestors were mining this and they were smelting it. I'm going to show you these videos. Guys, watch this. Watch just for 2 minutes, guys. We are almost done, guys. We're almost done. We are almost done. I'm about to leave now. I need coffee, actually. I need coffee. So I'm going to go on a coffee run. I just want to show you guys these videos quickly.
Manganese ore is a type of mineral that contains manganese, a chemical element used in various industrial applications. It is typically mined from the earth and processed to extract the manganese for use in steel production, batteries, and other applications. Manganese is an essential element for steelmaking, as it helps improve the strength and durability of steel. It also finds use in the production of alloys and in the manufacture of dry cell batteries. Manganese ore is primarily found in countries like South Africa, Australia, China, and Brazil, among others. Manganese ore is a type of mineral that contains manganese, a chemical element used in various industrial applications.
The Kalahari manganese fields, among one of the world's biggest and richest, has a relatively newcomer. The new Chippy Borwa mine, owned by Chippy Intel Manganese Mining, is now fully operational. With a 60-year mine life and a 2.4 million ton per annum capacity, Chippy will be among the 4 largest South African sources of manganese, an irreplaceable ingredient in the manufacture of steel.
What we think is very important about this new mine is that it is probably the last open cast sustainable manganese mine in the world of that quality of manganese. And we think that in the long term it's going to be one of the significant low-cost producers of manganese, of quality manganese.
The open cast mine has reached its full production this year, and all the mine's manganese 2 million ton production has been exported to China. But there are still challenges that lie ahead.
The challenge that we have is logistics, which we have had to improvise upon in order to make sure that we maximize the railing of the manganese to the port in Port Elizabeth and in Saldanha Bay, because that's one of the most significant constraints as well as a cost factor in mining manganese.
The new mine has boosted job creation. It now employs 400 people through permanent employment, contributing to business opportunities in the Northern Cape, one of South Africa's most impoverished provinces.
We're putting in bursaries and to make sure that we can develop local people in the skills that are required in the province. So it's very important for the regional economy as well.
Manganese exports from South Africa have in the last 5 years doubled from approximately 5 million tons to 10 million tons. And Chippy's new mine is contributing to the country's figures, but it is also creating employment for local people, and its ore is being exported cost-effectively and efficiently internationally. Julie Shara, CCTV, Johannesburg.
And this is the smelting process, okay? This is the actual smelting process, guys. This is the smelting process, guys. This is when they... Look, this is how our ancestors used to make spears. Our ancestors were doing this in the 10th century. Okay, so this is how they turn manganese into actual metal. Okay, this is how they make cars. This is how China makes cars. China makes all these vehicles, all these electric vehicles, all the vehicles that you guys are buying today, right? All these what's this thing? Is it Haval and all these Chinese auto manufacturers? All these Chinese that are, it's your minerals, South Africa. It's your minerals. Every car that you buy from China is made from your minerals. Do you guys understand? Do you guys hear what I'm saying to you? The metal, the EV, the EV battery, that these are your minerals. Do you guys hear me when I say this? These are your minerals. Do you guys understand this? Elon Musk products, cars, solar panels, these are your minerals. Okay? This is it. Look at this. Look at this.
Its most significant use is in steel production, where it improves the strength, durability and resistance of the metal. In fact, about 85 to 90% of all mined manganese is used for making steel. Without manganese, the steel used in buildings, bridges and machinery would be weaker and more prone to wear. Manganese also plays an important role in making aluminum stronger. For example, it is used in aluminum alloys that make soda cans, making the metal more rigid without being too heavy. Another critical application of manganese is in dry cell batteries. Manganese dioxide is used in these batteries to prevent the buildup of hydrogen gas, allowing the batteries to work more efficiently. Additionally, manganese is used in glass making, where it helps to remove unwanted colors, and as a pigment in ceramics and paints, like the Romans used to do. Its most significant use is in steel production.
Well, look at that, right? Look at that. Look at that. Guys, they also use this in medicine, as I told you. They also use this in medicine. Okay.
Stress fractures, chronic sprained ankles, tendonitis. This is how to help those conditions with a mineral called manganese. It's frequently confused with magnesium, but manganese helps the body form connective tissue, bones, blood, clotting factors, and sex hormones. Manganese is also necessary for normal brain function and nerves to function right. You must have manganese to use proteins, amino acids, choline, protect the cell membranes, and use nutrients like thiamine and vitamin C. And in women, it helps menstrual regulation, reducing cramps, and helping with mood swings, and it helps the thyroid to produce T4. The dose is about 2 to 10 milligrams, and the food sources of manganese are beans, nuts, and while it seems difficult to get too much manganese from the diet, too much manganese from your environment, like mining, welding, or water contamination, is unhealthy. Too much or too little is unhealthy. Stress fractures, chronic sprain.
So every time I see, this is sad, guys. This is sad. South Africa is such a wealthy country. South Africa is such a wealthy country. The fact that people in Cape Town were just randomly finding gold. Do you guys remember this?
Residents say gold panners that have descended on Gugulethu have upended their daily lives. Their livestock no longer has pastures or kraals because the swans of gold panners moving through the neighborhood have created gaping holes.
Le ndaba lena iqale ukuthi sibone ekseni kwisibaya esingasentla kusetshenzwa khona.
You guys remember this? This happened, I think it was when did this happen? Like when it was 2 months ago, right? I think it was 2 months ago when this happened, where they were finding gold in Cape Town. But the thing is, the issue is, I want to go back to my point. I told you that there's gold in the Eastern Cape. I told you that there has always been gold in the Eastern Cape. I told you there's gold in the Western Cape right here. I told you there's gold in the West. I told you there's always been gold in the Western Cape. It's been documented, guys. So when I see all of this happening, when I see our people living in so much poverty, guys, when I see South Africans living in so much poverty, when I see people, KZN, Northern Cape, when I see 70% of our country is living in poverty, our country does not work. I think in South Africa, the only two functional provinces that actually work and it's not even provinces at this point. It's only two cities. It's Johannesburg and Cape Town, right? These are the only two cities that actually work in South Africa. Otherwise, everywhere else, this country doesn't function. Okay. And now there's a water crisis. This water crisis, oh guys, South Africa, you guys need to wake up. This water crisis, I'm telling you, this water crisis will be everywhere. It will be everywhere. Okay, so every time I see people protesting for unemployment, look at all these adults in KZN who are protesting. Look at all these people who are protesting in KZN for unemployment.
Tensions are mounting at the Isthebe Industrial Estates in Mandeni, where residents and labor activists marched to several factories demanding jobs for local communities. They say unemployment among locals is fueling crime and deepening poverty in surrounding communities. The march follows joint inspections by the Departments of Employment and Labor and Home Affairs at factories in the area amid growing concerns over labor practices and undocumented workers. Community members who joined the march say many have been applying for work at factories in the industrial hub for years without success. Others who have previously worked in the factories allege that some employees are being paid far below the minimum wage.
608 or 2004. I have worked in several of these factories in 2004. I was paid 654 rand. I know all.
Okay, wait. I'm not gonna play that whole video, but I just wanted to show you guys that our country is burning. South Africa is burning, and I pray you guys. We have to get rid of the ANC and the DA. We have to elect new political parties that where we have a say in the economic policies and the economic plans. It is only new leadership that can help fix this country. You are not going to recycle the old people, the old thugs. That's not going to happen. Listen to me, Umkondo Wesizwe, listen to me. Umkondo Wesizwe, listen to me. You are not going to fix anything by recycling the old people. The people of KZN voted for Umkondo Wesizwe, which is just the ANC in a different t-shirt. You voted for Umkondo Wesizwe. How has your life changed since you voted for Umkondo Wesizwe? Okay? How has things changed for you since you voted for Umkondo Wesizwe? So we need to be realistic about these things. After 2029, all of us need to agree. When I say we need to unite, listen to me. Listen. When I say we need to unite, I say all of us must agree on an economic plan. All of us must agree that the government needs to be reformed. And all of us must agree that we need to deal with this illegal foreigner issue. That is the only thing we must agree upon. Everything else we can negotiate. If we can agree on these things, then we can build a new political party, a new political organization altogether. And I'm telling you right now, it's not Umkondo Wesizwe, by the way. It's not Umkondo Wesizwe. So don't even, anybody that's still talking about these political parties that exist, you are dreaming. You are daydreaming, and I'm not going to dream with you, by the way. I'm not going to sit here and dream with you about these current existing political parties. I'm not going to do that exercise with you. Okay. I have to go, guys. I have to go. Thank you. If you are new here, please make it a point that you click on the notification bell when you subscribe. Also, like the video and share your comments. Guys, please feel free to disagree with me in the comments, okay? Please feel free to disagree with me. Feel free to express yourselves in the comment. You are welcome. You can disagree with me. You can fight with me in the comments. You are welcome, okay? South Africa will succeed. That will happen. The ANC and the DA will perish. We will fix this country. Okay. We will not go through another 30 years like this. We will not go through another 30 years like this. We refuse. Okay. Cheers, guys.